Well, I don't know which number video this is. I think it's 5 or 6 video. Once again, my dog Chosen's in the room, so she might get into the video a little bit. I should get into the school review, but I'm more focused on getting into this mock draft. Printed it out this morning or last night. I think this morning. This mock draft. I'm more interested in getting into this NFL 2019 mock draft. So, after ranting for the last few videos about church, faith, God, religion, LGBTQ, left-wing Christians, right-wing Christians, school system, and etc., etc. After ranting about those, let's get into this. Sports. Like I said, the future of my sports journalism career. So, Dwayne Haskins, ladies and gentlemen. If you were to ask me, Mr. Dwayne Haskins, he will get drafted by the Giants. The Giants don't have to feel bad about not drafting a quarterback last year. Trust me, I can understand why they should, because Sam Darnold was there. But think about it, it might have been meant for Sam Darnold to go to the Jets and for Barkley to go to the Giants. Barkley's a beast mode running back. I think the Giants should have drafted him. He's a beast mode running back. That's a guy that lives in the gym, if you were to ask me. But yeah, I understand the move, and it's for the most part all good. You know, Saquon Barkley goes to the Giants. I can understand wanting to draft Sam Darnold, but they didn't. So it's all good in the neighborhood either way it goes. But yeah, Dwayne Haskins, he should indeed go to Giants. I can definitely see that working out well. Eli Manning is gonna definitely end up. I hate to say it, I'm not trying to jinx the man, but I see him having similar to the same fate as Tony Romo, with Haskins taking over. I really feel like that has a bad chance at happening. And I'm not trying to jinx the man, but if not that, I'm gonna say he probably has the chance of just getting, like, because if that offensive line does not do better, Eli Manning will. I mean, I do believe he'll stay with the team for at least one more year. But Haskins is going to take over somewhere in the first year. I can see that happening. So I definitely see the Giants drafting Dwayne Haskins. I definitely think it's a good fit. Kyler Murray. I love Josh Rosen. I think Josh Rosen should get traded to the Jaguars, but I don't think the Jaguars are smart enough to even make that trade. So, the Jaguars, I hope that they do trade for Josh Rosen so Kyler Murray can get drafted to the Cardinals. Because now Cliff Kingsbury can draft him number 1 overall. Think about that. But Kyler Murray is not escaping the top 10. I think Kyler Murray is too talented of a prospect to escape the top 10. He is too talented. Kyler Murray is absolutely too talented to escape the top 10. That's my opinion. He's absolutely too talented to escape the top 10. Kyler Murray has got to be in the top 10 of this draft when it comes to, getting drafted. He's got to be. He's too talented not to be. And I definitely see Oakland Raiders with John Gruden. I do believe that Derek Carr just had a bad year, but I can rest assure you, I definitely see Kyler Murray possibly getting drafted even there to Oakland Raiders. Possibly. You never know. But think about it. John Gruden is John Gruden. How could he not end up drafting Kyler Murray? How could he not? But, yeah, Kyler Murray gets drafted there. I see that happening. Drew Lock. I think it definitely is a lock on Drew Lock. He should get drafted to Denver. Just make that clear. Just get drafted to Denver. If not Denver, hopefully the Jaguars, because the Jaguars just stink. Blake Bortles is sorry. Blake Bortles only throws a bunch of, for the last 2 seasons, he just threw a bunch of check downs and let his receivers do the rest, or he threw within 5 yards of him and let the receivers do the rest. Like, Blake Bortles, it's just garbage how he played. What that means is Blake Bortles did just enough to win 2 seasons ago, just enough to win in 2017. And in 2018, you saw, at least the way I saw, how much of a disastrous career it was. It was bad for him. But like I said before, that's what happens when all you're doing is throwing check downs. Letting you and some of those guys, some of those defenses, they sniff those check downs out. I mean, I can understand why the fans are like, I'll take Colin Kaepernick any day over Blake. Bortles. I can't blame you. I would too. I take a lot of quarterbacks over Blake Bortles right now. I'm still somewhat of a Blake Bortles fan, but I still believe I still believe he can go anywhere in the league and rework his mechanics and get better as a passer. But other than that, Blake Bortles is just not the future of the Jaguars, definitely. Um, and that's just literally authentically what it is. Forgot something else I wanted to say. Cody Kessler, Mr. Cody Kessler, for the Jaguars. I think Cody Kessler for the Jaguars is very intriguing because he did something, but he didn't provide us the long-lasting spark that we needed. Cody Kessler will probably, I think with Bortles possibly getting cut, Cody will too. God bless Cody. He's been a great scout for us. He's been, good. But at the same time, Cody, it's probably going to be the same fate with him as well. But I definitely think Drew Lock hopefully gets drafted to the Jaguars. If not to Jaguars, Jaguars getting drafted to the Broncos. Kyler Murray, definitely, I feel like I say, he should go to the Cardinals or he should go to the Oakland Raiders or hopefully follow to us at Jacksonville. I don't see that happening, but hopefully he follows us in Jacksonville. You never fully know at times. And again, Dwayne Haskins, I'm kind of going up and down with the first three. And Dwayne Haskins, I hope he ends up in Giants, with the Giants. I hope he does. I think that would be lit for him very much. But I definitely see Dwayne Haskins taking the lead somewhere within his first year, not the second year. We'll see. But he definitely should get drafted to the Giants. So, let's say this. Haskins, Murray, Drew Lock, they're all getting drafted in the top 10 or top 20. Daniel Jones, I definitely see him possibly going to the Patriots. Why? Think about it. I definitely would love to see this guy learn under Tom Brady for the next 2-3 years. The reason why I say that is because I think when you put all the chemistry there, put everything together, think about it. Why not? Like, they drafted Danny Etling last year in the 7th round, and if you think about it, they just drafted him to save, well, I wouldn't say to save Belichick's job, but they drafted him because, hey, Robert Kraft says you will draft a quarterback in this year's draft and develop him. So I guess Bill was like, okay, I'll wait all the way down to the 7th round and finally draft me a quarterback. And he did that in Danny Etling. He drafted a quarterback. But Danny Etling was obviously no more than a placeholder. No more than a placeholder. But Daniel Jones definitely would be more of a long-term solution. So I definitely see Daniel Jones going there. And Brett Ripon. Brett Ripon out of Boise State. Bro, you won't get drafted. I have a feeling because of the 2020 draft and the names that are expected to be in that draft, like a Justin Herbert, like a Jake Fromm and a Tua Tagovailoa, I can rest assure you, Mr. Brett Ripon, I can tell you, you probably won't get drafted. Or if you get drafted, you won't get drafted in the 1st round. And why do I say that, ladies and gentlemen? Like I said before, the 2020 draft is supposed to be stacked with quarterbacks like the 2018 draft was. Think about it. The year of the quarterbacks. So I think that with Brett Ripon, I just don't believe Brett Ripon will get drafted, and if he does, he won't get drafted in the 1st round. That's just my instinct. He won't get drafted in the 1st round, honestly. I look forward to seeing if he even gets drafted in period, because I just don't feel like he has a popping name that anybody cares about. I don't think Brett Ripon has a name anybody cares about. And Brett is, if you ever watch this, it's not because I hate you or I don't like you. I'm just judging this off of an analytical standpoint. You don't have a buzzed name. You don't have a name that's buzzing. I'm pretty sure you can go into the league and you can do monstrous things, but you don't have a name that's buzzing. I haven't heard about you since I researched this list of 2019 positional ranks quarterbacks. Other than that, I didn't even know you were in the draft. Tyree Jackson, who is 6'7", out of Buffalo. I see him getting drafted, but nowhere near the 1st round. Probably the 5th, 6th round. Nowhere near the 1st round. Brett, if you get drafted, you will get drafted somewhere in those same rounds. you won't get drafted high. I can rest assure you that. Will Greer will be drafted high. Will Greer will be drafted somewhere within, I think, the first 2 to 3 rounds. Will Greer, amazing. He failed a drug test at Florida, and that's why he left Florida and went to West Virginia. It always puzzled me why, because he was pretty darn good when he was at Florida. He was pretty darn good, but he failed a drug test, and that's why he went to West Virginia. But yeah, Will Greer, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, he's going to get drafted, possibly definitely to a team like the Redskins. I don't see why they wouldn't draft him, especially if they're preparing for life without Alex Smith for the 2019 season. I don't see why not. Definitely a professional. In many cases, I would definitely say Will Greer would do great things when they're pros. And the guy next up, Gardner Minshew. Garner, never even heard of you, I don't think, until this list. Garner, you won't get drafted. Or if you will, it will be in the low rounds. I'm telling you guys, because of the 2020 draft supposedly being the year of the quarterbacks, and then the 2021 draft being with Trevor Lawrence in it, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these teams, guys like Gardner Minshew, and I think even Jordan Tamu, and a few other these guys, they either will not get drafted, or they will get drafted in the low rounds, or they will have to go over to the Alliance of American Football, or they will have to go into the XFL. They're going to have to do that. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why they're going to have to do that, because I don't see Gardner Minshew getting anywhere. I don't see name. He doesn't pop off as buzzing name everybody cares about. He doesn't buzz me as a name anybody really cares about, honestly. And Garner, just like the other guy I was just talking about, is not that I hate you or don't like you. It's just analytical based upon the hype of your name. You don't have any hype in your name. You don't have any hype, and that's why I think that if you do get drafted, you will get drafted in the low rounds or not get drafted at all. I'm predicting this because you don't have a hyped name, you know. Not to say you won't bust on the scene and do great things. I got faith in all these quarterbacks to bust on any scene and do great things. I just don't think that they should have the high hopes of, I'm going to get drafted high and I'm actually going to, immediately beat out this and that guy. Or, like, I'm their long-term future is a better way of saying it. Because, trust me, with the 2020 draft, with the 2020 draft, 2021 draft, trust me, guys like Gardner Minshew, they're an afterthought for so many teams. They're a complete afterthought. If they draft you, they're just drafting you to get you a little chance. They're not drafting you because they actually believe you're the future of anything. That's just my opinion. Because of those 2 drafts that are coming up after the 2019 draft, that puts these guys stack to stack to stack, and like these are the real guys we're after. And that kind of brings me on to the subject of Joe Flacco, retire. Alex Smith, if your leg can't heal within the next year or 2, retire. Why do I say that? I get you guys want to still play, but you're probably better off coaching than you are playing. Why do I say that? Because I hate to say it, you've run out of mileage. You run out of mileage. Like you can't bring you cannot, or forgive me, you will not, or whatever term you want to put there, bring any team you go to your best as a backup, because you're not gonna you're not gonna elevate any of these teams, I don't believe, to where you think that you can or think that you should. You're not gonna do it. Your best years are definitely behind you, which is why I want a guy like Joe Flacco. Yes, retire. Alex Smith, possibly retire. I understand you have a good love for the game, but let these young boys come in. Even the ones that I'm telling you that probably won't even get drafted. Let these guys come in. It's these guys' time to shine. Come in and win and develop. That's why I thank God for the XFL and the Alliance of American Football, because we need these young guys to come in and own the reins. Not these old veterans who have ran out of time, still trying to reprise what they had in their golden years. It is not to disrespect the veterans and say they're worthless and they can't do anything. They can, but it's time for the young guys to come in and take the reins. It's time for the old guys, the more experienced veterans, to sit down and start coaching. That's what it's time to do. In my best opinion, sit down and start coaching. Let the young guys come in and take the reins and see what they got. More videos coming soon. This is on sports, so I mean, you know me in sports. The future of sports journalism with NJ to the City. God bless. Take care.